take a look at your screen, we do have some maps from the U.S. Department of State which show where security advisories are currently in effect for American citizens in Mexico. In some cases, the advisory applies to an entire state, while in others, it only applies to specific regions, which is an important distinction for anyone who's traveling today. Now, experts who study U.S.-Mexico security say this operation stands out from how cartels have been handled in recent years.
To see that today, Mexican forces.
Hay varias cuentas identificadas, pero sí se va a hacer un trabajo más profundo para saber cuál tiene relación directa con una organización criminal. Hay otras que, como usted bien sabe, solo se fueron dedicadas a desinformar, pero sin una...
Todo lo que se refiere a la pareja sentimental, a sus colaboradores, a su círculo cercano, eso es con inteligencia militar de nosotros. Hubo, insisto, mucha información adicional muy importante que nos dio Estados Unidos, pero que todo eso, ya integrado y bien analizado, nos pudo dar la localización exacta.
Y lo más importante es que estamos trabajando. Si el día de hoy se llegara a presentar alguna situación, hay un centro de control, de mando, están todas las fuerzas federales coordinadas. Algo muy importante, estamos coordinadas con todas las entidades de la República. Ayer todas las gobernadoras y gobernadores estuvieron, y los tiene muy claros el gobierno de Estados Unidos. Todo el entendimiento que se estableció a partir de nuestro gobierno con el gobierno del presidente Trump tiene estos 4 principios. Y se han mantenido, se han respetado y seguimos trabajando así. Respeto a la soberanía y la integridad territorial, responsabilidad compartida y diferenciada,
Bien, las familias de los civiles que resultaron heridas o fallecidas en esta misma operación. Preguntarle, Presidenta, sobre esta reestructuración que habrá en los cárteles. Siempre o históricamente se sabe que cuando caen líderes, surgen nuevas cabezas y que es digamos que una especie de relevo obligado, pero al final los cárteles siguen operando. Saber si va a haber algún tipo de reacción particular o cuál va a ser la estrategia para que esto no ocurra y este debilitamiento que sufre el cártel Jalisco Nueva Generación sea contundente.
Por supuesto, ya con las consideraciones que usted menciona, el Gabinete de Seguridad está trabajando en, primero, estar preparados para cualquier tipo de eventualidad, como ya lo dijo la señora Presidenta. O sea, la prioridad es la protección de la ciudadanía. Estamos muy atentos con el centro de mando instalado.
Apparently a part of Mexico. The area around Puerto Vallarta is a virtual war zone, we're told, following the weekend death of one of the world's most ruthless drug kingpins. The Mexican government operation was supported by the U.S. Senior Foreign Policy Correspondent Jillian Turner has details tonight from the State Department.
Apparently a part of Mexico that folks thought was very safe has, turned the other way.
In the operation, Trump officials, quote, provided intelligence that Mexican officials relied upon.
He promised to stop the flow of fentanyl, secure the border, prosecute and go after the cartels. Part of this is working with our allies like Mexico.
Well, tonight, Aeromexico says the company hopes to resume air operations gradually, but the State Department says Americans in those areas should continue to follow official government guidance and hunker down. They should also call that phone number seen on your screen there. As of tonight, Brett, we do not know of any.
This is cool. Mexican forces actions, and also offering praise to the Mexican Army, the National Guard, the Armed Forces, which brings me back to what you brought up at the very beginning, Mark, where you talked about the pressure that President Trump, at the very beginning of this new second administration, put on not just Mexico, but on Canada, in redefining what these cartels mean broadly, that they're terrorist organizations, and kind of drawing and putting this pressure on through tariffs to a certain extent, which makes it interesting and perhaps notable in the Supreme Court's most recent decision. So we'll be seeing how this continues and how the pressure continues on these states. But as you mentioned, there have been these big successes, including reining in the fentanyl.
After the Mexican Army says it killed a prominent cartel kingpin known as El Mencho. You're looking at some of the response, apparently, of the cartel members.
Your seatbelt's fastened and your alternate selves win. I'm Peter.
The shadows of the nights we lost, even when they caught, slipping through my hands, still on the same. The fire, one out the strength of my soul, uncontrollable and I fall. Ignite the fire, oh fuel, lift me when I'm rising up, I won't let go. How to breathe again without the quiet, no to the place to start. I rise, it's cold ground. Oh, the night is heavy and I'm still strong. You're the fire lights on the shadows, yeah, I'm what's getting brighter. Hold on to me, who I am, feels uncomfortable. I can't carry the weight.